a great quality of life also includes, having some fun, bringing some joy. And that's why I'm so excited to have Darryll Brooks with us now to can talk about how we can have a joyful weekend on August the 7th with the Summer Spirit Festival. Darryll, thank you so much for being with us. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I enjoyed the program thus far because there's been a lot of information that's been passed around.
Well,
It's
that's
very
great. Well,
thank
it's your
you.
turn now.
The Summer Spirit
And
Festival.
yeah, yeah. So this is it sounds like okay, so it's August the 7th. That's Sunday, right?
Yes,
At
yes.
the
All,
Meriwether Post Pavilion. Okay. Give us the details.
Sunday, August 7th at Meriwether Post Pavilion. I see you have on the screen the artists that participating this year, and I'm very happy to the return of Erica Badu, who's a extremely talented artist. Anthony Hamilton, Redman, Method Man, Marsha Ambrosius, our local junkyard band. I call them local only because they're from DC, but outside of DC, they are national artists. And Jay Brown, we're introducing a new artist named Jay Brown. We also have the Busy Bee Marketplace, where we have over maybe 90 artisans that'll have a marketplace right there on the grounds. It's
Oh,
been very
that's great.
successful. It's been pioneered and really cultivated by Juanita Britton, but Busy Bee and at the gallery over in Southeast. But we're very happy about it. I guess it's a it's how do you say it's a transition of what we did back in the '70s with Human Kindness Day and stuff we did in Anacostia Park, and when we were funded by the government and we went private and had our own corporation, we basically took that same concept of art, education, and music and entertainment, and then transitioned into the Summer Spirit Festival. So our, this is our 50th year of being in business together, myself, Carol,
Wow.
myself, and Gerald. So we're very happy, and we cultivated, curated this festival back in '08, which was Summer Spirit, and it's been doing very good. And this is our 15th year. I'm very excited about it. There's tickets available. The artists are excited. Yes, you asked me earlier. Erica Badu did design that poster especially for me, and because she's been on at this particular festival maybe about her fourth, maybe about her fifth or sixth time over the last 15 years. Because we basically try to bring in people who raise the conscious, great entertainer, love the arts, and are good entertainers. And it ends up being like a family reunion for a lot because it's one of the few homegrown festivals that came out of the DC area where big corporation was involved or the influences. This was influenced by people here in our city that have been involved in our city with artisans that are part of our city, and I'm very excited about it. Uh, I'm just excited. What can I tell you? And I really
That's one.
for you guys support because you guys have supported our festivals since the beginning.
Oh yeah, what you were just saying a few minutes ago there, we tell younger folks sometimes, back in the day we used to do this and we used to do that, and I mean this folklore about the times of the past, but this is past, present and future. You all have, like you said, 50 years of doing this and entertaining, the DC community, and just keeping it alive generation after generation is just really commendable, and I'm glad that you all have been able to keep it going. Um, I mean, you didn't have. I mean, we had COVID, right? We had 2 years where the Spirit Festival, as an in-person event, could not take place. How did you all get through that?
Biting down nails, screaming, scratching, going inward because when COVID came, we had about 7 shows on sale between D.C., Baltimore, North Carolina, New York, and all that stopped. And some of them were already sold out. So when everything stops, promoters can't make any money, artists can't make any money, venues can't make any money. So all that went away. Just so happens we had little savings and had little projects we did. One of the particular projects I was doing personally was I was buying talent for conventions doing it over the internet. So they were
Mm.
having a virtual conferences where everybody would have laptops, maybe 2,000 people, 1,500 people. And I've booked different acts, like Will Downing or Boys to Men for different conventions that could not have the conventions in like hotels or convention centers, but they had to do this. They still had it on their calendar, and they brought in their talent. So we did those kind of things, and then also we got a grant when the government put out that PPP grant. We ended up getting a grant from that, and that kind of helped us a little bit. But that was it. Basically, and what's really crazy about this business, especially the entertainment business and most businesses, I presume, when you stop something, everything that was on the books still have to go through. And
Mm.
then new stuff that you forecast for that future has to still be in line to come through. So venues had backlog of artists and talent and shows and circuses and plays and what have you. So it's a big fight for talent. So you had to fight for the talent for your projected year of 2022 over a year ago. And believe me, it was
Wow.
a scramble. And as you know, today's prices ain't yesterday's prices. So everything kind of got jacked up because it became a big demand. And a lot of minority companies ended up having to turn away or shut down. As you know, a lot of
Hmm.
businesses have shut down. And thank God we've been able to survive to continue and start putting our programs back into place. And we have a lot of good partners across country since we've been doing it so long that we've had shows in other markets as well as here that have also crept us back along once the COVID scenario had kind of lightened up. And we're very conscious about that. At our concert, we'll have a COVID protocol, and also we're urging people to bring their sanitize, hand sanitize, etc., and be careful of how you move and what you touch, etc., and wear your mask, as is appropriate.
I read just yesterday about a big festival that was supposed to take place, I think, in a couple of weeks in Atlanta, and they
Uh,
shut it down because of the concern about well, they didn't shut it, but the organizers decided to cancel it
uh,
because of some concerns about violence. And that's a very real issue in today in public events. And I'm
uh,
wondering, have you? I hate to bring that up, but how are you all managing, to make sure that everybody is safe?
well, I think that the thing that you might recognize in anybody in the immediate area, we've never had that type of problem. Uh,
Hmm.
we, we've been community based. Our clientele is more mature now, and that we deal with. So our demo does not have the I'm running around and trying to do something ridiculous. As you said earlier, that 2 or 3 or 5% is not really feel comfortable in our area because there are a lot of parents, grandparents, adults in the audience, etc. And basically protocol. You come in, they check you, etc. To some extent, and let you come in. And it's generally has been a super affair. Uh, uh, that's the best I can say on that.
So the only other threat I can think of is rain. What happens?
Rain or
Does
shine,
this
rain or
rain
shine.
or shine? Okay,
It drizzled on us in the past, and it basically cools it off. It drops the temperature about 7 degrees, and you keep on going.
wonderful.
Meriwether has a pavilion, and people are more concerned mostly about the sun because once the sun comes down, the whole atmosphere changes. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And we're in the woods over there in Columbia, Maryland. So it's a fairly, to be honest, they've renovated it a great deal. So there are a lot of little places where you can relax and be comfortable. And unless a torrential storm pops up and washes us all away, I think we'll have a great time. And I looked at the forecast; it's very light, and as you
It'll be
know,
fine.
we have the weather. That weather forecast that they give us covers 100-mile area, and
Right,
what happens
exactly.
in the Southeast doesn't happen in the Northwest. What happens in the Northwest doesn't happen in the Northeast. So
Or
I never
Maryland
worry
or Virginia.
at
Right,
all.
right. So let me just ask in closing though, for people who haven't been to the Spirit Fest, haven't been to Meriwether Post, how do you
Uh-huh.
come and have a good time? I mean, one, I don't know if you allow people to bring coolers or anything like that inside. I mean, do you
Yeah,
bring a
let them bring water.
blanket?
Let them
Yeah.
bring water, chairs. There's certain items you can go on Meriwether's website and see the do's and don'ts of what they allow and what they don't allow. But
Okay.
obviously, people can bring water. There's chairs. Some people come with little chairs with hoodies on them, and some people come with little canopies and stuff like that. Uh, Obviously, the parking is all around the venue. I think if you go through their website, they'll tell you you can reserve a parking space in certain parking lots. So those things are available. So I advise folks, if you haven't been there before, go to Meriwether's website and you'll see the different you know criteria, things you need to be concerned about, and what the do's and don'ts. The
Sounds. Oh, go
think
ahead.
of think of the Summer Spirit Festival as a family reunion, class reunion of all your friends and neighbors in the immediate area, because it's like a homecoming. I was talking to guys yesterday. They said, "Man, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see that." You know what I mean? And what's really funny, I'm just saying it funny because it came to my mind. We can always tell new people come to the Summer Spirit Festival, especially ladies, because if they come out there with high heels on and looking at stuff, I'm like, okay, they brand new, because you can't walk on grass in high heels like that. That don't work.
That's what I'm talking about. Telling folks how to come, be comfortable, and have a good time.
I'll say the following: their hair game, their nail game, their pedicure game is tight, and guys are looking extra sharp. I mean, it's a good presentation, and the music sets a real nice atmosphere for socializing, and
Wonderful.
it's been a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I talked to somebody the other day and said, she's bringing her blanket. She knows she wants to be on the lawn. She's already
Yeah,
kind of, kind of figured out where she's going to be
no,
and
no,
where she wants folks to meet her.
yeah, it's definitely a plan. I mean, they come out in droves, and they come out in their own crew and their own cliques, so you can always see what's going on. It's, as I say, it's a family reunion, a homecoming, all in one, and the atmosphere is excellent. The sound is excellent. The artisans are excellent. The marketplace is incredible. You just said you just came from Africa. We got a lot of Africans who have artwork that'll be at that festival. That's incredible. So
Wow, that's fantastic. And I think lastly, I keep saying finally, but lastly, I mean, I think it's great that you've had Erica Badu to come several times. What is it that attracts her to this? That you've been able to keep her appearing, and folks are really looking forward to seeing all the acts, but especially her.
well,
Why is she so dedicated to this?
I'll say the following: I've been touring Erica since 2000. I was her national tour promoter for
Okay.
almost going on about 15 years, and I have a relationship with her. So I'll talk to the agent, but I'll call Erica. Can you do my show? Yes, Mr. Brooks, I'll be there. Tell me what you want me to do, and that's what it's been. It's been a relationship, and to be honest, it's been that relationship because before big corporations found out that black folks had a lot of money, disposable income, there were small companies like myself, Dimensions Unlimited, some other companies around this country that were doing a lot of the majority of the black shows. Well, that era has been decimated because you have the Wolf Traps, you got the Live Nations, you got the IP, you got everybody, lottie dottie, everybody now grabbing these artists. And as I told you before, where I could buy an act for X number of dollars, these big corporations come in and put the price up to here and change the whole landscape where a lot of smaller companies can't participate on that level. And it's
Mm-hmm.
changed it. So, I'm fighting for what I do. And if it wasn't for the relationship I've had for after 50-year history, believe me, I'd be, donating my organs or something. I'm giving blood because it's hard out here.
I
A lot
know.
of people go to
Well, I'm glad that you all are still out here. I'm glad that the Summer Spirit Festival is alive and well, that you're going to have a great concert this weekend. And I ask everybody, go on out there and enjoy it. Have a great time. Check out. We'll be out there as well. So looking forward to having a wonderful time. And Darryll,
50
thank you so
years.
much for what
50
you
years
all
is a
do.
long time to have a company.
It
50
is.
years
It
is
is.
a mark. And as I said, 15 years of this particular festival being homegrown is something to salute. I'm
Yeah.
glad the community has embraced us as well as they have over the years.
Well, no, this is your home too, Win TV.
Born
So
and
feel
raised.
free to join us anytime. Let us know what you all what else you all are up to. And I know that there's more to come now that we're getting COVID sort of out the door. Looking forward to what's coming next. So thanks a lot for joining us.
I appreciate you, and tell Short Shot I said hello.
We'll do. We'll do. All righty. Thanks, Darryll.